Hey guys, Maven here. From 2001 through 2005, I'm kidding with you. Now, I've been doing this channel for almost a year, and in that year, I've got some fair criticisms. Criticisms I'm gonna address today. Criticisms such as, typically, I love Maven, but this interview was gross. To laugh and joke while talking about a kid getting assaulted, not a great look. Now, what he's referring to is the interview I did with Devon where we went over the mass transit incident.
I think this is where when he picks up the toaster and he's about to hit him in the head, I think this is where he realizes.
When he picks up what?
A toaster.
A toaster, okay.
He picks up the toaster and he realizes this ain't Kansas no more.
And I completely understand where he's coming from. I'm never gonna make excuses, so don't take this as me making an excuse. I'm just trying to fill you in on how I am as a human being, how I'm wired up here. And my wiring is such, I find humor in everything, and sometimes it might not be in the best setting. Again, I gave the eulogy at my mom's funeral. I told 4 jokes giving the eulogy. Not saying that's always in the right taste, not always in the right place. So my intention was never to make jokes, to make light of what happened to the kid, but my intention was to just raise awareness, let Devon tell his story, and no excuses. I just have faulty wiring, just the way I'm wired. So thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'll try to do better next time. Everyone from medical staff to Vince McMahon is a piece of rotten shit. Not just shit, but rotten shit, for not getting you to a hospital as soon as possible. You shouldn't have to wait for Devon or Mark Henry to finish their match. Now, this is from my video of when I broke my leg, wrestling Christian in a match. And what happened? I wrestled on SmackDown, and early in the night, I actually broke my leg in the ring, finished the match, and then had to actually wait till the show was done. Couple hours, and Mark Henry and Devon took me to the hospital. I didn't have an ambulance come get me. I didn't have anyone from the staff. I didn't have anyone from the WWE take me to the hospital. In fact, they checked on me, but they checked on me the next day. You have to understand the nature of a professional wrestling industry, and that is, shows do not, I repeat, shows do not stop running just because a person gets hurt. In fact, I think about what happened to Owen Hart, in '99. Owen lost his life in the ring and the pay-per-view didn't stop. Is that the right way to do it? I don't know. I just know that's how it is done. What should have happened? Should Chris, our trainer, should everyone that was there on medical there that night, should they have stopped what they were doing the moment I broke my leg and just attended to my needs? What happens if a more serious injury takes place after that? I don't expect anyone to stop what they're doing, put others in danger just to see to my needs. At that point, my leg, it was broken. It wasn't gonna break more. It wasn't gonna be more broken. In a perfect world, yeah, more people would have stopped what they were doing. I wouldn't have had to wait till the show was over, because from the time I broke my leg, it was probably 2 hours until I actually got myself to the hospital that night. But again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just the way it is when you work for the WWE.
Here are 5 reasons you need to...
Sorry guys, I know how painful ads can be, but fortunately, we have a solution, YouTube Premium. It not only gives you an ad-free YouTube, but a ton of other features too. If you're watching on a mobile device, videos will keep playing even when the screen is turned off or when you're doing other things like scrolling through social media. YouTube Premium also allows you to download videos to watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, you'll get premium access to YouTube Music, giving you over 100 million songs to listen to ad-free and offline. And just so you know, I've been a YouTube Premium member for 2 years, and my partner Zach has been one for even longer. And I know what you're thinking. No, we do not get it for free. So sign up using the link in the description or pinned comment. And in full transparency, we actually get a commission on everyone who signs up, which helps us bring you better videos and bring on guests. Plus, I think I'm gonna need the money. Great video, but I gotta point out that Maven used the phrase, "but that's just the business," multiple times. And the thing is, it is the business that needs to change. We can't just let folks get away with this stuff that's just the business. The business needs to be better. He's referring to the video I did where John Oliver did his expose on the professional wrestling business. Was I encouraged to be on the shows? Absolutely. Was I encouraged to work through nagging pains and injuries? Absolutely. But that's just the business. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't disagree with anything that you state. The business does need to be better. I don't know how to get to that point though. I don't know if new management, new ownership is going to help the business get to better, to where in 50 years the phrase, "well, that's just the business," is a thing of the past. I hope it is. I hope there's an answer for the stars that are coming up and following our footsteps, for sure. Agree with everything you said in this one. People charging for photos is ridiculous. How can they sleep at night? Laughing emoji. Should be lucky people even turn up to see you, Maeve. Never mind charging them for doing so. Okay, this is from back in February. I had a meet and greet that I was doing for Below Zero Wrestling, and we were actually trying to just drum up interest in getting people out. What this comment doesn't tell you, however, is I wasn't charging for people that proved that they were subscribed to the channel. But this does raise an arguable question. Should wrestlers charge for an autograph? Or should they just be, like he said, happy that anyone shows up to meet you? Whether you like it or not, we're at work. This is our job. I'm not forcing anyone to come meet me. Trust me, I've been at autograph signings where hardly anyone shows up. And I've been at ones where there's lines down the block. But there's no one that's forced at any of these shows. And I'm certainly not forcing anyone to go in their wallet. Those 8x10s that I'm signing, they're not free. Somebody has to buy them. And a lot of times, and especially in the indie world, the wrestlers themselves, they're the ones ponying up that dough to buy those pictures. And then the venue is not free that the person is at. The plane ticket, as much as I would love to bewitch myself places and just, show up, can't happen. The plane tickets are not free. Gas to get to some place is not free. Most of the times you're not at your home. I, right now, am over 2,000 miles away from my house, which means I have to stay somewhere. And guess what? As much as I love this Airbnb I'm in right now, the people aren't giving it to me out of the goodness of their heart. No, I have to pay for this. And other guys have to do the exact same. Helped me pay dues. Hazed and abused me because I'm new. That's a toxic environment. Now this comes from the video I done on receipts and talking about once you get into the business, unfortunately, there's just dues you have to pay. And knowing the way I entered the business, how new it was and how just unconventional, I knew going into it that I had dues to pay, dues that I weren't going to be able to pay the traditional way. The traditional way being years of toiling on the independent wrestling scene, years of driving to high schools and wrestling in front of 5, 10, 15 people. I was able to get by and not have to pay those type of dues. But did I get off scot-free? I did not. In the end of the day, these are the same guys and girls that I know if I was down in a city and something happened, I know these are the same people that have my back. So I will say 20 some years ago, the phrase toxic environment didn't exist in our lexicon. It wasn't something that we were thinking about. We were happy to be there. Just shows you how times change, and sometimes change for the better. Maven, I like you, I do. But you spent 4 years in wrestling after winning a contest, and you were a mid-card at best. Why do you carry yourself like an almighty expert? Just curious. I actually sat with The Undertaker a few months back and asked him, do you think that other people wouldn't have taken that opportunity? And he said, absolutely, they would have. I took the path that was offered to me. And again, I didn't win. I mean, I won the damn thing. You were a mid-carder at best. I've never said otherwise. It amazes me how people think that you have to be at a certain level, or you have to main event before you really understand, the true going-ons in a company. Like, he was there, but he was a mid-carder. There's no way he knows what it was like in a locker room. He was a mid-carder. And I just don't understand that. You do anything for 4 years consistent, you're gonna gather a little bit of useful knowledge. I put most videos out, and I disclaimer almost every video. This is my interpretation. This is what I saw. This is how I see it. Do other guys, have other experiences? Of course they do. If you think I'm coming across as an egotistical, narcissistic, full of myself, know-it-all expert, it's not my intention. I'm just trying to gather the information that I have developed over years of knowing this business and present it. I don't tell everyone this is how it is. I tell everyone this is my interpretation. Take that how you will, and like it or don't. It's up to you. Dude, these are the exact same financial issues everyone has to deal with, every job. And $7,600 a month is $91,200 per year after taxes, and all that expensive. What exactly about that massive wage is not good enough for you? This is coming off the video I did, the cost of being a WWE wrestler. And listen, I completely understand where he's coming from. When you see what a wrestler is making, know that there's some costs that come in with it. I know a lot of people didn't realize that we cover the bill for our hotels or our rental cars. A lot of fans thought those were covered by the business, the company, and that's just not the case. That said, you are right, $91,200 after taxes, man, that's a lot of money, and I'm not gonna sit and act like it wasn't. Yeah, you're 100% right. I don't care how good the content might be. You got a thumbnail like that and I'm not clicking it. We literally try to put a title out, put a thumbnail out, and then we try to hold true to what we say. We try to deliver on everything we say that we're going to do in that title. I want to do one thing with the thumbnail, and that is to tell a story with just a small picture, because I hope that thumbnail makes you think, I actually do wonder about this in the wrestling business, or man, that looks interesting. Let me look further into it. Trust me, no one feels more ridiculous taking a thumbnail picture than me. That I promise you. This is kind of exposing the industry for likes and money. Kind of losing respect for Maven. Okay, obviously, I don't think I'm exposing too much, I promise you. There's been plenty of times when topics have come up that my partners wanted to shoot, and I've shot them down from the start. Nope, not comfortable talking about that, not gonna do it. I'm just trying to give a peek into an industry that a lot of people love. If you think it's too much, I apologize. It's not my intention, and I'm to say I'm doing it for likes and for money. Well, yeah, there's a financial aspect to this channel. I wouldn't be doing it without it. If you can't understand that, I'm sorry. Yeah, are we making money? Yeah, we're making money. Just the way of the world. I don't know how to better put that. I have a knowledge that people want to hear. I'm sorry there's dollar signs attached to it. I really am. Next on the list. No offense, Maven, but bitterness can be the exact chip on the shoulder needed for motivation to improve. If you had been more bitter about being let go, you might have accepted the opportunity to come back, or maybe you'd be in the main event like Punk. This comes from the video I did regarding CM Punk's interview with Colt Cabana. Take a listen.
It's okay to be bitter about stuff. You have to eventually work through it and get over it, which is something that I've done.
No, it's not okay to be bitter. Bad things are gonna happen, and if you're not prepared for that in life, the object of walking around bitter, that's gonna only lay the groundwork for more bad things to happen in life. Everybody, and I mean everybody, has different fuel that ignites, that lights their internal passion, that internal fire that helps them to succeed. For me though, bitterness metabolizes to hatred, and hatred turns into power relinquishment. And I just never want to do that. It's a personal choice. If you had been more bitter about being let go, you might have accepted the second opportunity to come back. At 47, I can see that, I probably should have maybe taken that opportunity, but at the time, I was terrified. What if they take me back? What if I wrestle for 3 months and then they release me again? I've just given away guaranteed money with the Home Shopping Network. How can I be guaranteed that the WWE was going to work that time? But the one thing you learn with age is there's no guarantees in life, and sometimes you just have to bet on yourself. You're probably right. If I was a little bit more angry about the way they treated me the first time, maybe that could have fueled me to making sure I had a second run and turned myself into a main eventer like Punk. The only thing about Maven's channel is that he totally glosses over the fact that loads of this is just bullying. What happened 20 some years ago when I was there, we're just in a different climate now. It's just the fact of the matter. Fast forward to now, and with how everything is seen by the masses, it might have been looked over as a little bit of bullying. I don't mean to gloss over it. I apologize if it comes across that I'm glossing over it. Yeah, was there some negative from my time? Of course there was. But I also know that I hold on to a lot more of the positives than I think about what holds me back from the negatives. At least that's my goal. Happy that people like you, though, are holding me accountable. Thank you. Lost a bit of respect for Maven on this one. Innocent till proven guilty. And there, I'm assuming he meant where the fuck was the loyalty after everything he did for you? This comment is from my video I did explaining my relationship with Vince McMahon. We have a judicial system, and everything will be done in due course. And Vince is he's gonna have his day in court. It's not for me to decide whether he is innocent or guilty. All I can do is react to what's happening in front of us right now. I was not trying to be too positive or too negative on him. And trust me, I appreciate every opportunity that Vince and the company gave me. I am no longer employed by or friends with Vince McMahon. So I don't see where any loyalty would still need to lie. But obviously you see things different. I understand and respect your opinion. Next on the list, textbook Stockholm Syndrome. And this is regarding the video I did on receipts. The professional wrestling business isn't the way it was back during my time. And chair shots that I took back in the day are now outlawed in the business. I'm not going to disagree with this comment at all, but what I can say is I'm happy for all the guys that are coming up after me. Hopefully our mistakes are leading them to a healthier lifestyle. So I agree with your comment. I probably am guilty of drinking a little bit too much of the Kool-Aid, but know that people like you helped change the business and change it for the better. Maven, this is a nice act, but do you regret this now? Now the backstory on this. This comment actually comes from one of the shorts we put out, and a lot of people don't realize it, but Vince lost a parent from cancer. In 2004, I lost my mom to cancer, and the very night that she passed away, I didn't get a call from a secretary, I didn't get a text. I got a personal phone call from Vince to tell me how truly sorry he was. And, you know, that meant the world to me. I don't regret it. Obviously, when I was saying what I was saying, I only had the information concerning Vince up until that point. Would I say that now? I can still tell the story. No matter what Vince is going through doesn't change the history that I had with him. So I can still tell the story while giving the due weight of the circumstances encompassing Vince as we sit here right now. Two things in this case can be true. I can have an incident where Vince showed me compassion in my life while still thinking and questioning his actions and how he treated others. Both can happen. Let's just say I'm reserving my right to continually evolve my statements concerning Vince McMahon. Next, I love Maven's content normally, but this feels like a whiff to me. Like it's him reacting to a story he's not a part of. Not like his ones and typo on moves, etc. Now, this one is regarding, again, my reaction to CM Punk's interview with Colt Cabana. And I'm gonna actually maybe shock you a little bit and agree with you. To be honest with you, I had never listened to that interview until that day, and that was one of the reasons that we did it, just to get my honest feedback from an interview from somebody that I actually did work with. But you're right, it's probably something that maybe I should have stayed away from. If you feel that I lied or misrepresented what I was going to be offering, all I can do is say I'm sorry, and I hope it didn't make you leave the channel. Guys, thanks for watching and for holding me accountable. But this isn't the first time we've done this. To see me responding to mean comments, click the link on screen.